it's swollen or not. You don't need to go to get doctor's report from any hospital. Just take your pants off. And it will be visible to even the blind.
Fantastic. You're listening to Point Blank, and we're having a conversation with the chairman of Emohua Local Government Area, Dr. Chidi Lloyd. We're looking at the situation in Emohua. We're focusing on security, developments, sustainability of peace, and his agenda in taking the local government to the next level. However, we cannot start a conversation without looking at that very terrible incident in Emohua Local Government Area where about a dozen of people burnt to death, 2 pregnant women amongst them. And again, this is not the first time we've had this fire incident in Iban community in Emohua Local Government Area. It's a very serious case. And Dr. Chidi Lloyd is explaining to us what is actually going on. And we're looking at what are the solutions. How can we have, he has talked about collaboration. How can we have this desired collaboration? Now, we want you to feel free to also join the conversation. Our telephone lines are open. You can also do us a WhatsApp message. Feel free. Tell us what you think the solution is to the situation of oil bunkering or illegal oil artisanary work in Emohua Local Government Area. I'm going to ask one more question, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, before I allow Obi. You had a meeting with the chiefs and community leaders, and you warned them. Is it that they don't heed this warning?
Well, that is what some wannabes describe as disrespecting the chiefs.
Yeah, I know they've accused you of disrespecting the chiefs.
Some glus maras. That's what they describe as disrespect. These chiefs, most of them are involved. I can tell you for free. I know them. It's not enough to adorn yourself in long gowns and weighty beads. If you are a chief, you must be a chief indeed. Reside with your people. I live in my community. I came from Ababu to this studio now, and I got here 20 minutes before this program.
Yeah,
that is called responsibility. And Shegun, you don't. I do not. The culpability should not be put on the door of those who got burnt alone. What is the approach of the federal government towards ending this menace? How can you award a pipeline surveillance contract to someone from a different state to come and secure pipelines in Iba, in Rumepe, in Obele, in Ndele? Who does that?
So you think if the indigenous people were involved, they would have done it better?
The people should partner. The world is about partnership now. Let the indigenes be part owners of the business. Once you know, nobody kills, no parasite kills its host. Simple. It's not rocket science. Any parasite that kills its host, a minute or two after, is dead.
It's dead.
So once the people are involved, it's about trust. Who is talking to us? I'm currently constructing a 1 kilometer road in that same Iba. It's on record, it's not 3D. Asphalt. I'm at the verge of completing the 5th road as a local government chairman. 2.5 years in the saddle. I'm phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It is the lawyers will say rest is located. The
fact speaks for itself.
Absolutely. I'm undaunted.
Okay, Dr. Chidi, Obi has a question. Yes, Obi.
Okay. First off, you said I'll just take you from the last comments to the previous ones. And now you said you don't award a contract to
of surveillance
of this nature, especially to outsiders, as it were. Now, would you say what is happening in Iba and perhaps all the other communities that are known for these illegal oil bunkering activities is a cry or a revolt for what is happening in terms of the contract allocation and awards?
I would not say strictly sensu that is what this is all about, but it could be part of it. For example, if the Iba people know that 2, 3, or 4 of their sons are pipeline surveillance contractors, they will reach him. They would not want to spoil his business. He will in turn know what to do for the people. You get the point? So it is one thing, building blocks. So, but when the Iba people hear that the contractor is from Torugbene,
But don't you think that the amount of money that they're making now doing it will not be as compared to what they would, make if they were going to collaborate? Yes, please.
How much money do you think that pregnant woman that died makes? What do? They only go there to fetch the crude and pour in sacks for these bourgeois. That's the most painful aspect.
But then again, knowing that,
but they can earn legitimate living by whispering to their son, who has gone to the bush who have gone close to the pipeline. The ones that the contractor can also get the services of the hunters and farmers who will see something and report back to him in the same community. The wealth flows round.
But one more thing, it's a very sad situation now. What has happened in your local government area?
That's why the order a month, 3 or 4 months ago, it happened in Rubepe. You recall, Segun?
Yes, Rubepe.
So, and the unfortunate thing is that a few meters from where the fire incident broke out is a military formation. So who is fooling who?
But I understand your frustration as
that's the right word. I've been looking for that word.
Since considering the efforts that you have made, of which unfortunately some people still think that you've been fighting this entire thing with kids' clothes. That's what some people say.
Of course, some people have not also believed that Jesus was crucified.
But then again, do you think, honestly, considering what the families of the deceased are dealing with now, and considering that you said, unfortunately, the real perpetrators are not the ones who died?
Absolutely.
Do you think that this disposition of sarcasm, and I know it comes from frustration, do you think it's a right disposition to take, to say some such thing as congratulations? We understand it, that it's frustration, it's you become cynical about this entire thing because of the work that you've been doing and how you sound like a broken record. But yes,
there's a difference between spoken words and written words. If I had written the congratulations, you would have seen that,
because you said this is the second time.
Absolutely, and I will keep saying it. There would have been in inverted commas. The congratulation would have been in inverted commas. So you will know that it is not genuine.
Right, it's sarcastic. But again, do you think that repeating it as you have done, it goes a long way to hurt the people who, are dealing with the pain right now?
No. Obi, please. This is a very serious studio.
Yes, it is.
It's not every invitation that I eat. No. Your duty is to inform, educate, and entertain. And I don't take invitations from Segun Owolabi lightly. Now, we must also tell the people not to do what they are doing.
Right.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
Dr. Chidi Lloyd, you also said when you spoke to the people, and I have comments on that because a lot of people have said you were rude to the traditional rulers. They said you spoke to them in a manner.
Has any traditional ruler complained?
No.
All these wannabes that are looking for, thinking that you buy cheap popularity by insulting those who are more than you. Has any traditional ruler complained to you? I have a traditional ruler. My uncle is the paramount ruler of my community. I am not trained to insult him. He has not also complained. Is it His Majesty or Chidi I will say that I will insult? How?
Okay, let's put things.
So you have wannabes who are crisscrossing, hungry touts.
Okay, I will open up the telephone line. We will have people to talk to us. Now, let's come to the issue. Some of them are saying no lights, no water.
I like that.
And you have said it. But let's even talk about the issue of light. I'm aware that you and PhD decide to settle out of court. In fact, I think, was it October 5th?
Yes.
Was supposed to be for
was
supposed to be for the judgment.
Yes. No, not judgment. We were supposed to report progress.
What is the situation of having lights?
Now, Segun, let me tell you. You see that I said most people have stopped reading long ago. People are not bothered. They just want a politician who will come and share money. And unfortunately for them, I would not do that. I would not. I won't share public funds with anybody. Because at the end of the day, sharing money will not be a project. They will still, those who have shared, still we are labeled not haven't done anything. I would rather share projects than share money. So when you get there after me, My mandate is up until June next year. So when I leave, some other sharer can come and share. Now the issue, Shegun, is what was that you said again? I've forgotten.
The power issue.
Good.
And
the power
fact
issue.
that you are
Now,
not doing anything.
I noticed when I came into office, when I assumed office, there was no light in Emohua. So there were some kind of, rapprochement between myself and PhD ED on the one side. So we agreed at the end of the day. In a meeting convened by the paramount ruler of Emohua, several meetings in his house, in my office, etc. At the end of the day, reason prevailed. They said they needed 48.2 million to fix to restore power to the local government. And that if I could, I should do 50% of 48.2 million. And I said, I'm not very good in mathematics, but I know that half of 48.2 million is 24.1. And it's on record that I paid mine promptly. And I convened a stakeholders meeting with a view to telling the people how far this responsive government is going to restore power. Recall that I'm neither PhD, nor any of his staff. Then they agreed that they were going to restore power on or before the 25th of December of 2022. We entered the memorandum of understanding, signed in my office. 25th came, no light. January, no light. February, no light. March, no light. I approached the courts to ask for two things. The issues were narrowed down to two. First, specific performance that they should come and restore light to the LG. And I asked for a paltry 55 billion naira for general damages. And we were in court. I had led evidence. I had been cross-examined. Then they came and said, look, gentlemen, please let us settle. And the essence is to have light. So I agreed. So, okay, the judge said, go and bring your terms of settlement. We agreed. And that by their own showing, they said they were going to restore power to Emohua Local Government on or before the 31st of August. And here today is the 7th, right?
Yeah.
Of September. October, rather. I'm not aware of any bulb lit anywhere around the edge. So we are going back. Usually, when you file terms of settlement, the case is struck out. But I pleaded with the judge not to strike out. We made our position. Don't strike out so that we can come back and report progress. So we were supposed to meet on the 4th. Incidentally, the court didn't sit. We have taken a further adjournment where I will now tell the court that settlement had broken down irretrievably. Let's go to full trial.
So,
and even at that, so even some of those who claim to be lawyers are all over the place singing and drumming.
That is what I'm
singing and drumming the name
That's
of
what
because my name is so simple. If my name were Shokoloko Bango Sheikh, can they pronounce it?
Because the allegation is small-scale industries are dying in your local government.
I appreciate that, but I know that it's as if I am holding the small-scale industries. I am as frustrated as anybody. If the lights come on, will I not use it? How about?
Fantastic. We're having a conversation with the chairman of Emohua Local Government Area. Again, the situation in Iba community, which he himself has acknowledged is so terrible. But again, he said there are so much people involved in it. It is an orchestrated issue here. And he said for that to be resolved, it must have a collaboration. Everyone must collaborate. So again, and on the allegation that he was rude to the traditional rulers, you heard his explanation, and he said no, it was not true, and that small-scale industries are dying in Emohua Local Government Area as a result of absence of electricity, which it is alleged that the chairman is not doing anything. Also, you heard that he's in court with PhD over the matter. Let's get your reactions and feel free. Join us in the conversation. 07050791021, 08117431021, And if you're on WhatsApp, send us a short WhatsApp message to 09059481021. And we'll have more discussion with Dr. Chidi Lloyd. So let's have you talk. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Pastor Shego. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Thank you so much. And how are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing great. Permit me to salute Dr. Chidi Lloyd.
Good morning, sir.
Whenever I hear his voice, I remember the voice of my former governor. I salute you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, so I think, in as much as I'm concerned, your contribution to this illegal bunkering activity going on can never be overemphasized.
Okay.
And I continuously commend you for that.
Thank you.
And we're looking at this kind of business. It is very much obvious to us that it's capital intensive. And those visuals that are working there are persons who are sponsors of these illegal bunkering activities. As a chairman who has always been, committed in fighting, in ensuring that the standard is being set. Sir, on your own effort, what have you done in ensuring that the sponsors of this illegal bunkering are being apprehended? Probably, if there are some of them that are continuously, from one location to the other, situate these things are no more. I think those persons who they get at the end of the day to work in synergy with them will no longer be there, because these guys don't have what it takes to establish this business. I think for me, you have continuously ensure that you do your best, and indeed everybody cannot talk good about you. And the last time I checked, when we talk about no job, no work, no employment, Emohua is not the only local government that people are suffering.
I wonder.
Emohua is local government that people are going through hardship. Myself, I'm from an oil producing community. Yeah, but those kind of things does not have such a quorum. So what have you done in making sure that the perpetrators, the initiators, those financiering this issue of bunkering are being apprehended and the full weight of the law being meted to them? Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you so much, distinguished Temple Okere. Let's take two more and we allow Dr. Chidi Lloyd to answer the questions. Good morning and thank you for joining us. Point blank.
Yes, Mr. Shegu, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is the chairman and the speaker. Chairman, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, my name is Gabriel. I'm calling you from Elelewu.
Gabriel, good morning.
Yes, let me talk about the issue of this bunkering issue. The issue of this bunkering issue is not about only the chairman fighting and fighting, because the same people that are fighting the bunkering with the chairman, and the same people doing it at the back, they go and do the same bunkering with the community youth. Even the traditional rulers in the community here, who are people that the other day they come out to school, they are not among us. They are among because they want to remove the rope on their neck. So the people will say, hey, traditional rulers are not ready to speak. We cannot come into somebody's community from another side, start entering the bush to go and cook. You know how long it takes to keep tank inside the bush that we don't even know. That is traditional rulers, that is community. So tell them, look at how much you are going to keep before it started to keep anything in the community. It keeps the community knows about all these things. But let me tell you, Shaman, don't suffer yourself to fight before you want to do you. Just where you fight this, you forget about them, because you don't see yourself because of the community.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for that. And thank you, Gabriel. And I must just quickly say that also Francis is live with us from Enugu State. Also, Francis, thank you so much. Akabun the Wisdom is also live. Sunny Fireman is live with us on our social media page. We have Kenneth Ibiomiye also live. We'll be taking some of your comments. You're live now. Let's take one more before we go to the WhatsApp. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Pastor Shegu, my sister Obi, and your guests in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And to you, blessed weekend to you all. Means Pastor Shego, you see, before I clap on for Dr. Chidi Lloyd, I want to ask him in his words. He said, "You cannot dig hole to close a hole." When he first came, even though I don't understand the style of sitting under the tree when he first resumed office, he was sacking people. Even those people, if they were, I don't know the reason why he was sacking them. So when he was sacking them, did he provide any alternative or job? Because putting these people out of what they were aiming living from, they had no warrant them to go and begin to involve themselves in all this bunkering and what have you. Two, he said he has built, he is constructing, I think, whether the fifth road now. That is very good. But in spite of constructing the fifth road now, what has he done in the life of Emohua people to see that he will liberate them from whether maybe being joblessness or help them in human development capacity in one way or the other? Or what has he done tangible, whether in a corporate industry or anything that maybe will employ the people, the youth, to put them away from this lucrative business that they have seen at oil bunkering, so that
thank you so much.
Don't continue in the community.
Thank you so much. We quite appreciate those questions. Yes, we allow Dr. Chidi Lloyd to answer the question. However, let me point to the first one.
Okay.
When you were talking about the sack in the local government, I recall that we had a session with you on that,
yes,
and you explained what happened.
Yes.
Some people were not employed, but you might just go ahead and talk
yes,
about
so
that.
I'd like to react from the last caller. First, I will sack again if I have the opportunity. I will do it without blinking an eye. Shegun, I went into a council, like Ezekiel would say in chapter 37. I was led by the Spirit into a house, and I saw dry bones. And God said I should prophesy to the dry bones. And I said, the dry bones shall live again. Because I breathed tendons into the dry bones. Everybody knows what Emohua was before I became chairman. I needed to be decisive. I met a voucher, Shegun, for crying out loud. I had said I would not be pushed to saying things I meant. I would do mine and leave. You will see Shegun Owelabi UBA, Owelabi Shegun Access, Owelabi Shegun Union, Owelabi Shegun Polaris. Is it the type of thing people do and you expect a local government to move forward? I will sack. I went into a council where somebody had abused his office and put the name of his 6-year-old son on a salary voucher from the council. I challenged them to tell me one person I've written from my community. I didn't know jobless people in Akpabio. But you see, somebody has to take the bull by the horn, and I have no regret. What I did, I will sack again if I have the opportunity. Now the question is, I just need workers in Emohua. So why weren't they sacked? Why weren't those ones sacked? I took a voucher upon becoming chairman, and I had said to them, it's unfortunate that I'm a lawyer. If I had read any other thing, I probably would not worry. But people will ask, was it Lloyd that sat on this chair? I'm very cool. Look, I said somewhere else that I belong to several organizations. Mm-hmm. And they will ask me, whatever odium I bring upon myself in course of discharging my duty will rub off on those organizations that I belong. They will say, how did he get here? I sit in a place, I find a voucher, I carry home, and I say, okay, let me pretend as if I want to transfer money to the name I see there. The name on the voucher is Shegun Owelabi. I try to transfer money, I find out his name. Who does that? To a system, and people will run their buccal cavity. I will do it again and again.
So you have no regrets.
Absolutely.
What you've
absolutely, I have none. I have no regret. Everybody who wants a job must be properly employed. And if you feel aggrieved, you go to court.
Have there been, ways to employ and, absorb people into the system that actually work?
The River State government is employing over 10,000 persons currently.
But that's in the state civil service. Does that trickle to the local government as well?
I have not started employing yet.
Right.
I do not also have the powers to employ. The Local Government Service Commission will employ.
But again, you see, in this light, a lot of people say you cannot be sacking.
I didn't sack what? I didn't sack. Look, you only sack a staff.
Okay.
You cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand. It's a locus classicus, McFoy against USC. Mm-hmm. If you are not properly in the voucher, you were not employed ab initio.
But
there are procedures for sacking a staff.
So perhaps what you did was to cancel.
To remove the chaff from the wheat. Right. So if you had Segun Owolabi Union Bank, Owolabi Segun Polaris, and you remove the other Owolabis in the other and left one bank, have you sacked anybody? No, I'm asking you, Segun.
But again, one of the callers.
And you know that the BVN ties you to your account. They think I'm a small guy.
What the caller even said is, again, Dr. Chidi Lloyd should tell Rivers people what are the provisions he has made for employment opportunity, which you said Rivers government. But what about skill acquisition for the people?
Sure, I can't solve every problem one day. I went into a council that had no infrastructure. I need to have an office to do skill. The local government is over 34 years now of existence. One at a time. I didn't say it. Besides, what skill? Even if I am doing skill acquisition, he's not from Emohua. He's not from Emohua to know whether or not I'm doing skill acquisition.
Okay, let me just take two more calls, and I will.
No,
take
there are other questions. There is one by.
I think the one by Temple Okere.
By Temple Okere. He said, "What have I?" He said, "Some people who are under me here." No, Gabriel from Elelewo. He said, "Some persons who are with me are also doing bunkering." Gabriel, kindly give me their names. After this studio, call me and give me the names of those who are close to me that you know, or I challenge you to say them on air. Come on air, because it is very dangerous to make this kind of you see, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. You know why most people say, "Oh, I don't get credit," because they buy it, so they can't talk. They're inhibited from talking. How can a man come on air and say this kind of thing without naming names? And so you're also aware when they said, "What have I done?" I had called persons, I had given names to the governor, and they were arrested, and 2 weeks after, they were walking free. What else will I do?
You're tuned to Point Blank, and we're having conversation with the chairman of Emohua Local Government Area. We're looking at development, we're looking at security, sustainability of peace in Emohua Local Government Area. So much is happening in the local government area, and the local government is in the news again. But this is a very sad one. Iba community and the issue of oil bunkering, where we have about 2,000 people dead, amongst them 2 pregnant women. The chairman of Emohua Local Government Area is speaking to us on his initiative, his collaborative efforts to ensure development in the local government area, and the challenges, and as well as his solution, his perception of solution. Of course, you can feel free to join us, join the discussion this morning. Let's hear from you. What are you thinking about Dr. Chidi Lloyd, the chairman Emohua Local Government Area? I'll take 3 more calls. We'll go to WhatsApp, and Obi and I have a couple of questions which we'll pull through to Dr. Chidi Lloyd. So let's take 2 calls again. The numbers to join on if you want to participate: 07050791021, 08117431021. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we can hear you.
I just want to see those that died.
Okay.
My name is MJ Foka, an ex-commandant of Nigerian Red Cross Society. I'm an indigenous of Rivers State. I want to state here that this untimely or this kind of incidents I have been hearing occur. And as I came to Rivers State from where I was, I realized that voluntary organizations are not existing, especially the Nigerian Red Cross Society. these societies should encourage in schools. So when you ask those you know who are members of the voluntary organization like Scouts, Red Cross, they will tell you that all these things have turned to paramilitary, and that's why they keep them. They don't value them again, and it doesn't exist. I want chairmen of local government in Rivers State to encourage schools to start up with it. I want to see them.
Okay.
So that certain things like this, Nigerian Red Cross will be called to learn how to rescue and prevent, so that these deaths don't occur. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll take another one. Good morning, and thank you for joining us, Point Blank.
So good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Someone with you. Chidi Lloyd. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Fred Michael from Koro.
Fred, good morning.
Yes, I want to thank the chairman. The chairman, you are trying your best. And what I want to advise you is to carry the youth along in your area, in your local government.
All right.
Carry
So,
the
Fred,
youth.
when you say carry the youth along, what do you mean by that? Could you explain what you mean by that?
Open view center. For the youth to be busy. Make something that will make youth to be busy. And secondly, Shegun,
Okay.
I want to use the opportunity and tell you to invite the people in Koro government and once we are sitting.
The chairman of Opobo
our
Nkoro.
school in Koro.
All right. We will invite the chairman.
It's not everything the governor will do.
All right. We'll invite the chairman. Okay. So,
No government chairman to do. No project that is going on. No government project present in the Koro, especially in Koro. And our health center is down. They are doing health center in the community hall.
Okay.
The chairman should be the project of the chairman. Chairman should do all this. Invite him one day to come to your city.
All right. Okay. You've made a public appeal. So, Chairman Opobo Nkoro or somebody from Opobo Nkoro, if you are listening, there is a public allegations against you, and we will invite you. But again, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, the guy said you need to carry the youth along. Are you not carrying them along?
Did you hear him where he should establish viewing centers?
Well, that's his perception.
To keep
But
things
again,
to keep the youth busy
Okay,
and engaged.
that's his perception. But the general idea is carry the youth along.
But how? You asked him how? On my back. Look, Shegun, what government does is create the enablement for people to be engaged. Okay? And that is exactly what we are doing. A man calls in on a morning like this on a Saturday morning. His problem is viewing center.
Yeah, that's his perception.
Yeah?
That's his perception. That's his
okay, I will
thinking.
probably ask him where I should cite them. Because unfortunately, he will be in London. He will not be in the Emohua to view whatever he wants to view. What the youths want is to be gainfully employed. And like Obi asked, have I employed? And thank God for the River State government, heavily led by Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Over 10,000 people are currently documented. And someone said to me, oh, what will be 10,000 be when you have about 30,000 unemployed youths? Now, if you yank off 10,000 from 30,000,
that's one.
Will it still be 30,000?
It's a good 1/3 out.
All right, fantastic. We have comments coming in on WhatsApp. We're trying to get across to them, but again, let me just read what we have on the Facebook. Thank God, Ability Tuego. Thank you for joining us. Greatest thing, can the Emohua Local Government Chairman claim not to be in the know that illegal bonfire business, illegal bonfire business has been on in his local government area? Can he claim not to be in the know? And that is from Tango Natuego.
No. Has he been listening? Has that fellow been listening to this program? It's obvious he was not listening.
Okay, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, Ogu Ojon Justice said, Chidi Lloyd is not only the local government chairman in River State, that's a lawyer, is a court with PCN and also with the local government worker Isaac. He should assess himself very well with truism. He's saying that, well, again, I believe you can interpret it. I'm going to read it again. So Chidi Lloyd is not the only local government chairman in River State, that's a lawyer, is in court with PCN and also with local government workers Isaac. He should assess himself very well with truism.
I have assessed myself and I'm good to go.
Okay, so there you have it. Please ask your guests, Chidi Lloyd, what happened to Omodeoha Health Center? The proposed site for the project has been overtaken by grasses almost a year after it was.
Yes, the grass will continue to grow there until funds are available. At least I furnished consideration. I cleared the site. But tell them in that Omodeoha, I gave them electricity as a member of the House of Assembly. I built them a town hall as a member of the Rivers State House of Assembly. I challenge anybody to say I didn't. I bought their chiefs, their council of chiefs, a bus. As a member of the Rivers State House of Assembly. I challenge him.
Can I?
So government for you, I spend as budgeted.
Dr. Chidi, I have a caller here. I'm just going to take this, and I hope he's listening to us. Hello, good morning. Can you hear us? Hello? We seem to have a challenge with that particular call. Okay, let's move ahead. Now, there are allegations also that you are selective in citing of project. And I'm going to give you a very vivid example. Ward 5 Obele. They've been asking me, Shegun, tell chairman, what has he done in Ward 5?
Look, Shegun, I honestly, I appreciate the situation of my people. Everybody wants something to be done in his or her place. My supervisory councillor for works come from there. Okay? So what it means is that something must be done. Something will be done in Obele. Upon assuming office, the first community I went to was Obele. And I found the kids, I knew something has to be done in the school. So I did the design for the school. Okay? So we are not yet done. We still have a few months to stay before we leave.
Okay, so
judge me after my tenure.
After the tenure, okay. So the people of Obele, you're listening to the chairman right now. Well, again, it's not all sad. There are some good things happening in Emohua Local Government Area, which I must commend you for. I'll be talking about a bit of them. One of them is the Calabari Emohua Road. I was there myself. Nobody told me last week, and I saw the pace of work there. However, for me, I'm thinking that pace could have been faster. Don't you think so?
The road?
Yes.
It's not within my purview.
I know. But again, what support is the local government giving? Because I know it's a state government road.
Yes.
What support is the local government giving towards that project?
Is to ensure that those who work on the project do so without encumbrance. You recall what that road used to be?
Yes.
Good. So we have also provided where the company that is constructing the road, the site where they stay was provided by the local government, pro bono. So we are doing everything to support them. And note that the rains have been here and it's construction of roads. In fact, they are even doing well. If you ask me my own assessment, that it is not just, that is a company that has a brand. So they will not jump into doing anything that will not stand the test of time. So far, so good. So far, so good.
Another thing that I saw that is commendable is the fact that at the extension, the River State University campus, we have students there already. I went there. I spoke to some of them. They are happy there. However, they are complaining about high cost of rents.
No, you must also know that the high cost of rent is as a result of other centrifugal forces in the society. Okay? So there has to be developers who will come and provide accommodation and so forth and so on for them. And Shegun, I thought you also looked opposite the campus.
Yeah, I look, yes.
You would see a story building
that is coming up,
almost concluded by the local government to provide security. We have also applied to the Inspector General of Police to create a police division there. That will be a police division.
Yeah, I saw that.
A DPO. And I want to commend the River State Police Commissioner for all he's been doing with his men in ensuring that this dream comes to fruition. We have asked for 2 additional police divisions in the LGA because of our peculiarity, so that we properly police our people. We are doing one in Ebeda. The one in Emohua is almost ready, will be commissioned this year, this October, God willing, so that the kids there, those in school rather, can stay and sleep with their 2 eyes closed. We are doing quite a lot.
Fantastic work going on there. Again, for me, again, the aesthetics, the building there, faculty, they're beautiful, but there are overgrown bushes. I don't know, maybe that's within your purview. Particularly, there's this abandoned structure which is there, which I think, well, perhaps we need to just clear it to give the aesthetics some beauty so that some of us who are going there would appreciate
I'm sure the University Authority is
anyway, maybe we'll find time to get to the University Authority, but that's a very good one. So again, you're listening to Point Blank, and we're having a conversation with Dr. Chidi Lloyd, is the chairman, Emohua Local Government Area. Let's bring you some of the comments that are coming in on the WhatsApp page, so that we can also try to answer that. So for those of you who want to send us comments, you can send it to our WhatsApp page 09059481021. And let's take this. I hope it will come up.
Good morning. Good morning, Shegu.
Good morning.
Good morning, Super F. Good morning, Dr. Chidi Lloyd. Honorable Barrister Chidi Lloyd, my local government chairman. Good morning, sir. Sir, I have one question for you before we go further. Are you saying that you are overwhelmed? Because by the way you sound, through the sounds of your tone, it seems that you are overwhelmed with the fight against illegal refining and other related crimes in Emohua. Because rightly, I listened to you clearly, and you were like, you look back and you showed that to actually ask yourself if you actually did what you did and for whom you are doing it to, or for whom you are doing it for. Are you saying that the fight against criminality in Emohua local government has overwhelmed you? But then remember, you are the chief security officer in that local government. Before you came on board, you have a social contract with the people to defend life, to protect and defend lives and properties of the indigent of that local government. But from the way you are sounding, it's as if you are no longer ready. You sound as one who is no longer ready, who has been overwhelmed, who is tired to carry out his primary responsibility, which is the protection of lives and properties of the people of Emohua local government. Mr. Chairman, sir, are you overwhelmed? Are you helpless? Because you sound helpless. Are you helpless? Are you saying that you have exhausted your arsenals on the bid to confront the menace that is currently ravaging Emohua local government? That is my question. I am Ezekiel Tosumri from Rumodogo.
So that's the WhatsApp message.
I'd like to find out what parameter he used to find out when one is overwhelmed. What is the study of voice called in English language? What has shown that I'm overwhelmed? He knows in Rumodogo, myself and the police who took out a notorious criminal in Rumodogo, Olua, where he comes from. His name is Sabat. Is that the posture of a man who is overwhelmed? I have more than ever before been fired up to fight criminality. What I said is that I don't fight a war that looks endless, especially when it is not within my purview to do so. That is what I said. The fighting petroleum and other related issues is that of the federal government. You get the point? And I said because of the funding involved, no local government can. So, and I advocated synergy. I don't know whether he was listening. He's more interested in my voice. What's your business with my voice?
Dr. Chidi, I'm taking another one, another voice comment here.
I have the capacity to fight crime in Emohua. They know. They know what the East-West Road used to be like a few months ago. They know. They know what is still happening. These are security issues. Like you said, I signed a social contract. It is not for me to come and begin to say all that we are doing. Fantastic. We will fight criminals.
Let's take this one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to the local government chairman of Emohua.
Good morning.
Dr. Chidi. My name is Thank God Ability.
Yeah.
Please, Shegu, I want to ask the local government chairman of Emohua local government if he will tell us that, or if he will say he is not aware that bonfire business is still going on in LGA. Because
I think we've already addressed.
You know, when they copy and paste, when they write this question,
let's take another one.
They don't hear
another question.
Good morning. My name is Honorable from Nkoro. Shegu, I want to greet our guest in the studio, Honorable Chidi Lloyd.
Thank you.
So you're doing your best.
God bless you.
On to my local government, Nkoro. The chairman is doing very, very well. He's combing the forest with these people. They are trying. Chidi Lloyd, continue with your good work. God to guide and protect you.
Amen.
Okay, let's take this one. Good morning.
Doctor. My name is Doctor. My name is Mike. I'm calling from Megan London. Are you telling me that we should judge you after you left the office, or are you going to do something in the people of Emohua?
Okay.
So that is very bad. Like my local government chairman, is asking everybody to judge him now, not when he left the office. They have a very few time to leave the office. So whatever I know they can do to assist the youth, do.
All right. So again, maybe you need to put it in perspective. He was talking about Obele and he mentioned it clearly that so much will come to a bit. Maybe you want to speak to that, Honorable Chidi Lloyd.
I didn't even understand the question he asked.
He was saying that because when
where is he calling from? Anthony. Get them. That's not a community in my area.
Well, again, this program is for everyone.
That's what I'm saying. Let those from Emohua call in.
Okay.
What is it? Get them in.
Everyone is calling because it is local government administration. But again, let me just take two.
Good morning, Pastor Shegun. Good morning, Honorable Chairman of Emohua Local Government, Dr. Chidi Lloyd. Please, I also have one question for the Honorable Chairman, because I know these bunkering activities, those doing this illegal bunkering, they are not from London or they are not from heaven. They are people around the community. So my question to the local government chairman, how him as a local government chairman how is his relationship with the community leaders, the chief, the youth presidents of the community? Because it's not good at all. Innocent people will be dying. Imagine pregnant women.
Okay. So again, relationship. I think we've mentioned that in the course of our discussion. Maybe you want to say something on that.
What will be your relationship with a man who has chosen to become an incurable recidivist?
Are there people like that?
Absolutely. There are people who have a penchant to committing crime. Shegun, how do you describe a man who leaves a job as a chief driver with Julius Berger and goes home to do bunkering? What would you plead? How would you describe a man who will leave a gainful employment and go to do bunkering because of the what will be referred to as the turnover? So what kind of relationship would I have with such a fellow?
Dr. Chidi Lloyd, I want to go to
what I'm saying is that we are doing our best with name and shame. Very soon, I will ask for our audience in this studio. I will reel out names of those involved in the local government.
We're waiting for that, and we think the time has come.
I'm doing the compilation
because it's given the local government a bad name.
No. The local government does not have a bad name. It's business. People are doing business and are burning. It's part of the thing. You recall in Owerri, somewhere in Imo State, scores of people died. And it has nothing to do with the local government, no.
Now, it brings me to, a question that I've asked several times, and I'd like to ask you that question. We have heard several incidents of explosions happening at illegal bunkering sites. What would you say? Because some people have attributed it to poverty, lack of job or activities to get them gainfully engaged. What, in your opinion, would you say is the reason we continue to see, and I keep asking myself, what makes these people think they are going to get out of it unhurt when people, they have had, news like that several times. So what would you say is behind all of this?
That is what I'm saying. It's still that thing about with the black man. Because most times we do things and even Satan, the devil himself, is shocked. In Rumepe, a week after a fire incident that took the lives of nearly 25 people. Right? A week after. They were just a few meters after that very pot, digging another one. How do you describe that? It is the fault of the chairman of the local government too. What we are doing is that we are continuing with our advocacy. See what will happen if you do this. It's bad enough that one person dies. How much more?
But do you think it is possible to involve other people like civil society organization in this advocacy? Obviously, there is need for more.
Everybody. I recall that this studio has jingles that you play, your sister radio stations have. Would anybody say you're not doing your bit? Somebody called from somewhere and said, how would a man come from somewhere and go into somebody's bush without the chiefs knowing? Do you know how this fight against bonfire started in Rivers State? It was me. A group of people were to meet in Rumuji, in a chief's house in Rumuji at 6 a.m. They called them investors. I got incredible intelligence. I informed the former governor of Rivers State. He detailed police officers to the place and rounded them up. They were the first people that were paraded by the River State Police Command before the fight against the fire started. It's on record. It's on record. So, like, I when someone called and said, "Oh, you don't, everybody," I don't like praises. When they criticize me, it means I'm doing something right.
Fantastic. You're listening to Point Blank, and we're having conversation with Chairman Emohua Local Government Area, Dr. Chidi Lloyd. So much is happening in the local government. A lot of bad things as well, which the chairman is correcting. So much good things, so much development is going on there. However, I want to move, because we have just about 8 minutes more to end this segment. I want to move over to something else. Recently, the River State Governor, His Excellency Sasim Lai Fubara, earned a victory in court over the election at the River State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal in Abuja. And a lot of people are applauding that victory. However, those who lost out said they are going to appeal that judgment. Now, I don't want you to preempt the call, but you first, you are a sound legal practitioner. Let us begin to look at the pluses and the negatives and the chances of such appeal.
Well, so, like you said, appeal is the inalienable right of the appellant. Okay, so but the issues are what did the court say? Simple. There were different petitions, right? The one for the Labour Party, the court, I sat in the court, I listened from beginning to end. You made allegations of widespread violence or rigging in more than 200 polling units without calling evidence in those units. It is not the place of the court. The court has said so. Even Justice Kekere in article against Tinubu has said so. That it is not the place of the court to go not Kekere, one of these justices, I've forgotten her name. So it is not the place of the court to go and begin to shop for evidence. So if you said there is widespread violence in one unit, you should be able to lead evidence in that. That's for the Labour Party. But come to the one of the APC. The court frowned. In fact, the court was even wondering what the petitioner was still doing after the party had left, had withdrawn. And they say it's still the issue of the McFoy against USC that. So there is this saying now in the political lexicon of River State. What are you still doing here? The panel asked the petitioners what they were still doing here after their party had withdrawn. So what will you canvass again? So I wish them. We were waiting. We were waiting them to climb upstairs. What they will do is further enrich the jurisprudence, the Nigerian jurisprudence. That's all.
And I know people like you, particularly those who have a seat.
I can tell you that I wasn't surprised at the decision of the tribunal, because Governor Siminalayi Fubara won overwhelmingly. Rivers people voted for continuity and consolidation. And the governor has put forth his right foot. And we are seeing what is going on. Watch what will happen with the ring road project that is flagged off.
Anyway, while we wait for these people to climb upstairs, according to you, so we'll be looking at the outcome, which we are reaching.
No, you can predict the outcome, that it will say it will be affirmation of the tribunal verdict.
A lot of people have also criticized you.
Yes.
That while the judgment came, Dr. Chidi Lloyd was dancing. Why were you dancing?
Oh, that was a coincidence. No, let me tell you. You know, my principal is the minister of the FCT.
Yes.
And the October 1st was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So he invited me and some folks to Abuja to join him in celebrating the 63rd birthday of Nigeria. That was where that dancing was taking place. We weren't dancing to the victory of the governor at the tribunal. No, it was the people misunderstood. Okay. What the governor did as a humane person was go to court, the church, and thank God for the victory.
Okay,
so we have not celebrated the judgment yet.
That aside, you will celebrate.
We are celebrating the 63rd birthday of Nigeria.
That aside, we know your tenure would end by June next year.
Yes.
Are you seeking a second term in office?
Well, I need to be alive till then.
You'll be alive.
Absolutely, because I'm not God.
So I know you'll be alive, but will you want to go for a second term?
Shegun, let me be alive till then. I'm focused. My major focus now is delivering on the mandate. I have lots of things that we are doing. That's what we are focused on now. As when I live here now, I'm going straight to the council. I have a medical mission of people from America and Canada to give free medical treatment to Emohua people. That's what is important.
Okay.
The future will tell what will happen.
Okay, let's begin to wrap this up. So again, what's your message for the people of Emohua? You've called for collaboration, and it's not only people of Emohua.
People should continue to trust me with the mandate that it will. Yes, it will. Even the Bible says, "Darkness cometh in the night, but morning." What will happen? In the morning, there will be brightness.
Weeping may endure for
a night. I like that. Joy comes in the morning. We are on our way. They cannot say that it is still business as usual. Okay, in course of our governance, a few names will be hot and so on. All is in a bid to have a viral and egalitarian local government. That I can assure them. They should continue to trust me. I have the cap. I do not lack guts in administering that local government. It doesn't matter whose horse is dead. It doesn't matter who is using who to cast aspersions on me. If you want to fight, come out. You don't need children. Don't go behind. You want to fight, tell me what I have not done properly. I will learn. It's not a fight. The highest I can stay, assuming I want to seek a re-election, is 6 years. Some other person will come, assuming, though not conceding.
Dr.
So
Chidi Lloyd.
Let's all hands be on deck. That is our mantra.
Dr. Chidi Lloyd, it's always good talking to you, and we love your intelligence approach. But that green tree, 2 minutes. I need you to talk about that because it's one.
I was just going to tell you that I added another one again.
Oh, which one is that?
Is the place of narcotics and hard drugs in international law.
We'll bring you to come and talk about it.
Actually, a paper I did in the University of Dundee when I was there.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Green Tree Agreement obviously is between Nigeria and Cameroon over the Bakassi Peninsula. And what happened was that the meeting was held in New York, somewhere that is known as Green Tree. You know, agreements are usually named after where the Geneva Convention, because it happened in Geneva, the Nuremberg trial, because the trial took place in Nuremberg. That was just it. We are looking at the constitutionality of the agreement, who are the proper parties to enter into an agreement when a nation is involved. When the foreign secretary signs that agreement, can you say it is stricto sensu an agreement? And when it is signed and it is not domesticated by the National Assembly, what is the place of that? Actually, we will take another day for that.
You know, I read an article on that. Actually, that's why. And I said Dr. Chidula has not been talking about this. But again,
I miss my classroom, honestly. I miss my classroom.
Dr. Chidula, I want to thank you once again for coming to studio and explaining to us. We quite appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's always a delight talking with you.
Fantastic. You're listening to Point Blank. We'll be going on a short break. When we come back from the short break, we have another guest. And this time, we'll be talking about the National Health Insurance Authority. What is it all about? How does it ensure a total approach to healthcare? Stay with us after the break. Point Blank will be back.
Super FM. We all have codes we live by. The bro code, the sister code, and my new favorite, the glow code. With the glow code, you connect to everything glow with ease. Want to talk to Glow customer care? Just dial 300 and you're connected right away. To borrow airtime or data, uncle, the glow code is *300#. Checking your airtime balance is now *310#, while checking your data balance is *323#. Want to do a physical recharge? The code is *311 your PIN and hash. *312# is to access data plans. To share data is *321#. And best of all, if you have any issues remembering any code, just dial *301# and you'll get a menu that shows you all things glow. Welcome to the Glow Code.